Good evening, everyone. It is the fourth week of March. We got a live show. We got a big crew for you. We still have Lady Fantastic that'll be joining shortly. It's been a big week. Last week, it was reported towards the end of Sunday, I believe, on Bleeding Cool News through Rich Johnston that Sam Keith passed on March 15th. We will be talking about his life. We'll be talking about his comics. We'll be dealing with how really the big comic companies don't take care of their writers, their artists, their creators in general when they start aging out. So we're going to be talking about that and more. We're going to be having a hell of a show for you. But more than anything, it's the end of the week. It's the moment you all been waiting for. It's Friday, you bastards.
The internet brings comic fans around the world into one comic book community. Comic creators and comic fans, tonight you are seen, heard, recognized, because comics are for everyone. Live from Miami, Florida, broadcasting around the world, this is the Not Near Mint Show.
All right, so welcome to the show, everyone. We're going to be talking about Sam Keith, and that is the subject today. We're also going to be bringing back the top 5, but we're not doing that at the beginning of the show. We're going to push that to the very end, so you'll have to stick around if you want to see what those top 5 are. But meanwhile, we want to say hi to everyone that just joined us tonight. Hi, Lyle. Hi, Vincent. Hi, Amactivate and Miracleman. Oh, Mike Myers is muted.
I'm unmuted.
You're good.
Already starting with a kerfuffle.
No, I call this just a normal Tuesday at work when I'm telling a witness, no, you just have to click this button, and then they wind up leaving the entire Zoom.
Nice.
Or what I call an easy, quick day. So we have a bunch of comics that we have pulled right now. Max was his big comic book. There's been videos that have been made years ago, some that have just been made recently. One of the best videos that I have seen talking about Sam Keith was made by a creator called Jerk Comics. Now, after the show, I'll post the link in the bottom description below, but this guy made a 5-hour video broken up into 5 parts on the history, life, and story and end, for at least the end of the Max, of Sam Keith. And this is 5 years ago. It's a lot of detail. And then I found out why the creator of Jerk Comics hasn't been posting for the last 11 months. His wife had 3 vertebrae that were shattered, and he lost at least 2 of his end digits of his fingers because of a glass window falling on him.
Good God.
He's a great creator. Go make sure to sub up Jerk Comics. And if you have 5 hours to kill, it's the Max. And otherwise, there's Matt with, I think, like 4 T's at the end. He just did a retrospective. It's about half an hour. It's great. But I want to give it to everybody here in the chat. And if you have some comics and stuff you want to show about Sam, let's do it. And here is Lady Fantastic.
Oh, hey, guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
How was the
Better now that
fantastic
you're here.
lady doing?
What's that?
How was the fantastic lady doing?
I'm doing well. Just thankful to be alive and kicking. I'm glad with how
Cool.
you dudes. Yeah.
Please
Nice
tell
to
me,
see
lady, that you brought to show today a darker image #1 so that we can compare trading cards. You're the trading card fan.
I do have trading cards like literally to my left, like literally. A darker image #1. Don't they have like a glow in the dark version one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The main draw was just like X-Force and all the rest. There was the random card that you got inside.
So and there's also there's X-Force 1 that comes with the card sealed as well.
Yep.
Oh, good times.
The 90s.
I'm just thinking of the Sam Keith Wizard Zero and of the Max. Sorry, not Wizard Zero, but the Max.
One half. Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. One
Max
half,
one half.
But it came out in Wizard Comics, and that was just, I just miss all that stuff.
There you go.
Good
This was
times.
his first front-facing image. Remember when they used to do that? This came out before the Max 1, but here's that darker image you were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have
That's
that
a
one. That's a nice one.
That's the tougher to find ones.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the fancy one. Oop,
I know.
Well, the fun thing about this,
found it.
it came out 2 weeks after the Max number 1.
Looks
Yeah.
like it has an embossed title.
It does.
Yeah.
Good eye.
It's not the glow in the dark one.
No, it's not. I still need that. There's your Max half.
Yeah, that's a good cover.
Yeah. I love that. I love that
Yeah, that's
issue.
a great one. That was my first Wizard send away, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good. And like to think that you can still find this some places in 50-cent bins. That's where I got mine.
I actually sent mine out.
To get graded.
No, I actually ordered it through Wizard.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay, well that's like legit. Because I did
Yeah,
not.
so my comic talk, I don't know how you got yours, Mr. Worst.
Oh
eBay
god,
years
Is that this
ago.
hole? I didn't
It's
even
your-
realize.
It's your mint of the knot. Mine came out of a shop here in town that sells comics in like wooden bins up in a back room. And I got to dig mine of that out, Vincent. And I went digging through it and pulled this, and I was like, pretty sure that's a thing. And I bought it for $1.50.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good
Is,
price.
is that like an interview magazine or what is that?
Yeah, kind of like a zine,
I'll be
Yeah.
right back.
like just a '90s zine. So it was, there was interviews. He kind of talked about the project. I think you actually get some art in here. Just double check here. It's all black and white. It's low. Yeah, I mean, you get a little bit of art. Nothing huge. But it's a pretty long interview with them. You get some of the character designs, and this was a fairly, I mean, you get a fairly decent amount for a book that wasn't really out yet.
Yeah, it seems like a long interview.
It's a pretty long interview.
It's a lot of meat.
Look at that. Oh, that one out.
It's
That
nice.
is beautiful.
All right.
Yeah.
And I regret to admit that while the Max was coming out, that entire era, I looked at books like the Max as bad for comics. And in some ways they were, right? They overprinted them. It's part of the reason, the speculator boom of the 90s.
I didn't actually like it when it came out. I got the first 5 and I was like, what is this?
Mhm.
And I didn't
Yeah.
even like his Wolverine before that. And it was
I
about like 15 years ago. And then I was like, I watched the MTV cartoon and I was like, oh my God. And then I got all the maximized that were the reprints from IDW.
Yeah. That was a good point. So this is like 26 pages of interview, by the way.
It's a long
I
interview.
mean, there's art. This is I mean, if you wanted to find the definitive Sam Keith interview, at least at the time, that's it right there.
I'm right there with you, Mike. I got number 1, so I got it right here. But it was like Image was like you wanted to try everything from Image at the time. Like it was they were the hot kids doing their thing. I didn't really get it. I was like, it was all right. It was okay. And then the MTV show came out, and I'm like, oh, this is what it is. I get it now. And then I loved it. And I went back and I loved reading it after that. The show really it took the show for me to get what he was putting down.
And the show right now, if anybody even wanted to see all of it, there is a playlist that's on YouTube that has the first promo that ever aired on MTV with the Liquid Television, along with every single episode.
Yeah. Now, not to get off track, but I'll tell you what, that Liquid Television animation for MTV of the era Man, all that just blew my mind. Eon
Did it make you go
Flux,
to the devil?
the Max.
Was it Aura Flux too, or
Aeon
something?
Flux
Yep,
Yeah.
Ion Flux.
was the
Yep.
shit.
Yeah. And then for years afterwards, I'm just gonna, just let you all in on a little of the interior monologue of your friend Miracleman here. But for years afterwards, I would take girls up to this spot on the mountain where it was so clear you could actually see the Eon Flux of the
He's never
galaxy.
had a girl.
And this was my method of seduction. I would explain to him the Eon Flux.
He'd hit him on the head.
So, and I would use point of reference of the MTV because the types of ladies I was seeing were very familiar with animation on.
They probably thought that
MTV.
you were a very learned man.
They did. I grew up in a rural area, you see, and I wasn't
Those
related to
things,
them,
this
so-
MTV. What is this sorcery?
They were like, cable. Wow, you're fancy.
This motherfucker. Highfalutin. He knows people.
The crazy thing about this is it just like you guys said, I didn't understand it either when it first came out, right? Like and it wasn't, when I saw the cartoon that piqued my interest, but I went back and read the comics, it still didn't really get me because I only read the very beginning. And it's not till you get into it that the meat really gets you. They give you a little taste right at the beginning, right? But
it takes a while to set in, but once you get into that world, it's like addictive.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam Keith was a very stylized artist, obviously, and so it's not going to be for everybody. Not everyone's going to like it. It's that kind of art where it's almost like, oh, I don't really like that art. I'm like,
oh, newsstand. Wow.
I get it.
And William Messner Loebs was the architect of at least the storyline from the beginning. But around issue 23 or so, or 24, they wrapped up the story, and then it was just Sam just jamming and doing what he wanted to. It was a different, newer, advanced storyline that it left Julie's main story arc and just kept going. And there was even a advertisement for issue 36, and it just never came out. I guess he was starting to do it and then just abandoned it because it's like anything else. The more successful you get, and this is a man that had imposter syndrome. He didn't believe he was good enough. He didn't believe he deserved the success. And he just wanted a break and just never came back to the max. Except for, Batman team-ups and one-shots and whatnot.
Wasn't the print run like really super low for those last dozen or so?
Oh yeah.
They were around about 22,000 or so, but there was this one max issue. It came out in I think 2012 or 18, but it was a compendium of like issue 123, a couple others, and that one thing has like a print run of 3,000 or 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean 20,000.
I would love a
Image is
Kickstarter
really
of
low.
this.
Well, right. Yeah, that's very low for an Image book.
Yeah.
Not by the mid 90s. I think you're starting to see, lower print runs from them. This was what Max was Max Wave 2 of Image?
Yeah.
Title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was still really early.
It was the Max started when Image hype was probably at its highest.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
You saw the young bloods come out and they were whatever they were, but you saw the good stuff too. And every title when Max first came out everyone was clamoring for it. And it's sad that number one, it's like under a $10 book, right?
Oh, I used to pull those out of the dollar bin every day, all day.
You have 10
But
billion
there's so many copies.
Yeah.
This is the second to last issue, and I'm going to give y'all a spoiler alert for those that are still watching. This is the number one book of my collection this week because, it's the final issue. It's very difficult to find. There's about a print run of 22,000. But as I just said a minute ago, there's a few other books that are much harder to get. And if you're trying to find this, there is a newsstand out there. But this is going to be our number one book this week. Just wait till you find out how much people are paying for it. I got mine for $35. Just remember that.
By the way,
I don't know what's going on now with his death, but it was like a $50 book before his death, right? So
I think that's what it peaked at about 50. maybe
Yeah.
60, right? Yeah, it seems about
I
right.
never see those in my area.
And the thing about Max was, it's like a lot of series when it completely different, but like Warlord is the one that I love. And man, getting those last 20 issues was so hard because nobody was buying them. It was
The
so
DC Warlord.
Yeah.
True story. Oh, that Hollows, I have it, but I've never read it.
Me either. I picked it up and I said, I'm going to get to it. And I just forgot about it.
Just
But
kept
this
chucking
is
it
a
out.
one shot that's fairly new. Doesn't have a high print run, but all of us Sam Keith fans, we picked it up.
I haven't seen that one
Squarebound.
before.
Yep. Extra big story. Yep.
And there's another one of his series he was doing in the early 2000s.
I think
And I
I
remember
bought all
reading
this
it.
stuff like 15 years ago. So I was late to the party.
I mean, I remember getting these as they were coming out, but if you ask me today what they're about, I couldn't tell you because my mind is not that great post-COVID and I'm getting old. But they were fantastic looking as far as style goes. It's good enough that he wound up doing other books very similar, like with Zero Girl.
Yeah, I have that Zero Girl somewhere tucked away.
Oh, I have it somewhere too. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
And there were 2 parts.
Yep.
Yeah, I have that one. I recognize the cover.
Yeah, these books, listen, if you're interested, do not buy these books this week, people. Don't buy
No,
them
not
month.
this week.
No.
Just wait about 6 weeks. Like we have that rule that I always say, wait 6 weeks. If it hasn't gone down yet, wait 6 months. If it hasn't gone down after that, might as well get it because it probably won't come back down anytime soon. But usually when somebody passes, like Chuck Norris, some of those books will go up for a little while, but after a while, there's going to be somebody else, and somebody else, and somebody else because ain't none of us getting out of here alive.
I mean, comics is a patience game, my friends. If you didn't already figure that out, I would say you wait 6 months, and maybe you wait a year if it really is at a price point you don't like.
Hey Rob, you're gonna need to send Fu all of your legit newsstands. He's gonna require those.
Okay, well, I have one that's over here somewhere, but I need to take a blow dryer to it because, well, you'll see in just a second why.
Also, he's gonna give you all the spawns.
No, I'm trying to stop Spawn. No more Spawn.
All
Now,
this.
if you-
Did you get rid of it? Did you
if
get
you
rid of it though?
question
You're
that-
just sitting on it, aren't you?
I'm sitting on it for right now. Well, here's my newsstand, but as you see, there's a little bit of a problem with it. Can you see what it
Spill
is?
your drink on it.
It's perfect. It's in your hands, not mine.
It's got a
Ooh.
price
I
tag.
don't care.
Somebody
Is that
stuck
a
a price
price
tag on the physical
Get that
copy.
off.
I can get it off, but I need to do a hair
I have
dryer.
faith in Fu.
I keep
need,
forgetting.
You be flat and clean on that.
In Fu we trust.
Well, I got a question for you guys. What? I had to think about it. What was the first exposure to Sam Keith? If we're going to talk about him tonight.
I think Marvel Comics Presents.
I think that's everybody's, right?
No,
For the most part.
I brought it to show just in case. I can also pull it out of the plastic for it because he did the interiors too. My first exposure, anyway, is Hulk 368. Peter David does the. He was a guest artist. He did this. I think it's like a year before he started doing the Marvel Comics covers. I was an avid Hulk guy, so I'm reading this thing and I'm
That
like,
run of Hulk is great. McFarlane
Yeah, no,
and
it's an
Sam
amazing
Keith
run.
were on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Dale
his art.
Keown. The
Ed
pit.
Dale Town, yeah.
Like, who is this guy and what is this art style? I do not understand it, and I want more of it in my face right away. Like, I absolutely fell in love with his art right away, with this being the first one.
Yeah, I think I saw it on Marvel
I'm
Comics
sure he's
Presents.
done stuff before this, but it was just when I saw him.
Yeah. I remember seeing like the Max, like wasn't there a Max cartoon or like was it on
Yes.
MTV?
Yeah, we're just.
What are you, like 25 minutes late, Lady
Shut
F?
the
Like,
fuck
I'm
up.
pretty sure
I had it on mute for a second.
you were making fun of me while I was actively talking about.
Oh, no,
the
I don't listen to
Flux
you.
and Max on TV.
Ooh.
Well,
I'm
if we want to cycle through art, I did bring a stack of the Marvel Comics Presents to show. So I can rapid fire through it. we'll start with 85. So this is the one he started on it for
Oh, I
cover.
like that cover. Yeah.
He didn't do both on this one, but the thing about Marvel Comics Presents is that you had like two sides, so you had a double cover. Often it would flip, and it would have the so we have 85, and then he quickly became the regular cover artist. Sometimes Steve Lytle would jump in later, but yeah.
And I gotta say, I am actually a fan of Larson's run on MCP.
I love those covers.
There's an issue where he actually hides Billy Batson, Clark Kent, the Doom Patrol, and Lois Lane in a story with Wolverine. But the cover art, the Sam Keith cover art on MCP, absolutely blows away what Larson was doing. Just not even close.
I think also I just love the way he drew Ghost Rider. It was amazing. It was so funky. Like his Wolverine, his Wolverine, we all can picture his Wolverine when we look at it, or think about it. But his Ghost Rider was just so cool. Here's a good one with his Ghost Rider. It's like funky and cool. The energy was amazing.
Yeah.
Something
and
tells
only
me
Keith
really
could draw his hair like that and have me not go, that's ridiculous.
I think for some of those, you would really like those clear backboards.
Yeah, I actually don't have any backboards on these at the time. When I bagged these, we didn't have
right
clear
now.
backboards. Yeah, and I really do need to reboard them with some clear. Another great Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I like that one.
This one's great. This issue for issue 100. It shows Wolverine struggling with Ghost Rider on top, and then the back cover has him failing.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
Also, very funky the way he would do Doctor Strange too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's a great one.
the vast majority of these books, I don't know about today, but the vast majority of these books, and this is not an indictment of the quality of the books, the art of the story, but they were not expensive. Like 2 weeks ago, most of these you could get fairly cheaply.
This
I
whole
bet,
run
I bet
right
that's changed now. I bet
I'm sure
you're looking at another $10-15, maybe 20.
Yeah, this whole run that I'm showing right now, trying to go steady with it. These were I mean, maybe it'll change with his death, but these are all like dollar books, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cheap.
Yeah, I bought, and at the time when they came out, they were actually a little bit. They're $1.50 each. But the thing that I struggled with these was, this was a bi-weekly book.
Yep.
So I actually would have to budget for this book to make sure that I could afford it, because I didn't have a lot of money at the time. But I loved all the shorts because they would have like Nova and all these characters that didn't have regular. I love this one. This one's really good.
It
gave you
a
main draw, but it also threw in all their C list and D listers.
Yeah,
and Vincent, also remind everybody, what time period was this coming out, and what was minimum wage?
This would be 91, 92.
And minimum wage was what, $4.25? So to try and budget for that, even as a teenager.
So in 91, I was working at a movie theater, and in my state, it was a little higher than other places. It was $1. I was making $1.95 an hour.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then the minimum wage went up in 92 to $3 an hour, and I felt rich as heck.
I'm a millionaire. I can now buy an extra Marvel Comics Presents.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, his Hulk, that was the one that really got me, because Dale Keown would come on later, and it was actually a sub-in during McFarlane's era, and it's just so cool. All right. Well, I'm glad I pulled this out.
I think I was getting $10 an hour in the 90s.
I think I was
in the 90s. I remember in 95. I got a trade job and I was making $20 an hour. And that was
yeah. I remember 95. I came out of my junior college in 97, and I was making $14.50 an hour, and I was the richest person amongst all my friends.
Oh, God among men.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
won't tell you when I got
Bro.
out of school.
I remember hitting the jackpot because the first job I got, the minimum wage had jumped to $7.25 an hour, and I'm like, I'm rich, bitch.
I would say that now.
I worked in the gold mine with my dad in the mid to late 70s, and I was getting $7.75 an hour, and he was getting $10 an hour working in the smelter.
That's good.
Do you mean the literal gold mine, Lyle?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember where he lives. That makes total sense.
I live in British Columbia, Canada. I'm in the Rocky Mountains. There's
there you
open pit mines and underground.
Yeah.
That actually prompts a very good point that I wanted to bring up. Next week, I wanted to do an episode because I've been on TikTok a lot. I've noticed that there's a lot of people under the age of 40, and I didn't think they really existed anymore. I thought it was mostly us middle-aged collectors, but I wanted to reach out to anybody that's under the age of 40, really under 30, but over 18, to reach out to us and see if you wanted to be on the show next week, talk about your collecting habits, because we would love to have you.
Yeah, I guess I won't be on your show then.
No, we still need anybody that's here now. This is why I send so much out, because I don't expect anybody really or everybody to be here on a Friday, because Fridays are usually a special day for some people. Me, I get to be here with you all.
That's great. Love it.
Well, and I love that you want to do that, Rob. Do you ever you're at a comic shop and you see a younger fan? Do you ever? I'm an extrovert, so I always get busybody, and I ask, "What do you like about that? What do you like about this?" Do you ever do that?
I sometimes do it, but only if I go, "Oh, that's really good," and then if I say something which is just usually a single sentence, just to entice to see if there is any conversation there. If they don't respond back, I'm not saying anything back, because this is Miami. People don't start fights. They'll just shoot you.
I like doing it with little kids because they're so enthusiastic, because they'll run to the bins. I want Spider-Man, or I want Batman, or whatever it is. And just, I love seeing that excitement,
Oh, for sure. Well, and the little kids love Sonic. Sonic comics.
They do.
Awesome.
They love Sonic, and
So big at that age.
they like Transformers, I think, and whatever the fucking, I don't know what kids like.
I don't know what they're collecting these days. Battle Beast. I see them.
It's mostly manga. At least
that Batman Fortnite brought kids into my local shop in droves.
So I think Absolute Batman is hitting well with the manga population.
It is.
And that's why we're getting such a revamp in comics, is because all the money and all the fans, manga is the predominant form of entertainment that you read, I think, across the world. Globally.
I talked to my nephew, and he said he just reads manga.
Yes.
And he knew about Absolute Batman, and it blew my mind. It's like,
so,
wow.
I'll tell you something, because I worked in research on a college campus, but I had it's like in science and lab nerds. We had grad students come in our lab or whatever, and they would try to get their PhDs and shit. So one of my friends that was in the lab next to me, her husband, he was in another lab, but he came to me because they knew that I'm a comic dork, because I was friends with her or whatever. But he was like, "Hey, could you help me find Absolute Batman?" And I'm like, "Bitch, say less." I got his ass on a pull list. Now he's reading All Out Green Lantern, or all these different things, Absolute Superman.
Cool.
And so it's like, oh my God, I got one.
Yeah, I can't believe how the Absolute universe has brought in the younger generation. It's actually kind of cool. I really like it.
It's lovely, isn't it? I love it.
Yeah.
Anything that brings the young
the youth
minds into the comics, and honestly, I think comic writers need to do better. And I think we're seeing good work get done, because it's I'm not here to shit on it, but it's for a long time and still now to a big to a bigger extent than I'd like to see more, but
The biggest problem for the writers is that they write for us.
Yeah.
Too many comics are written with the people right here in mind as the target audience, and that's why the kids aren't interested.
Why?
Now, don't get me wrong. I love it when
understand.
you reference a type of kryptonite that appeared in one issue of Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen back in 1963. But that doesn't really work for the kids, right?
No.
I think honestly, it's the fact that they do not know where to begin when you have Amazing Spider-Man on volume 8 or so right now, where it had 801 issues before they decided to reboot again and again and again and again. They don't know where to start, even on things that are coming out right now. Even if there's a brand new issue number 1, unless there's a bunch of tags saying this happened in issue 277 or explain what extremist armor is, they're going to come in going, there's all this lingo, I don't get it, and I give up. Whereas
I think it's
with manga, they
TikTok.
can start with the first volume.
I think TikTok drives them. They do these TikTok videos about Absolute Batman, and then it drives them to the store. It's not like they go to the store.
I didn't think about that. That's
Yeah,
probably
it's
true.
It's
That's what the
social
mangas
media.
are going to interface with. If you have manga, you're probably going to also have TikTok. Or if you consume manga, that's an orthogonal app that's within that.
To go back to what Miracleman was saying, though, you can do old school references and make it modern and fun. The best example on the stands right now monthly is Sophie Campbell's Supergirl. She is throwing the references I have to Google because I don't know these references. They're like throwbacks to the original, but she does it in a modern way. It's great. It's a modern, very modern forward book. It is.
I loved that. Jason Aaron, Russell Doderman did the art, but Jason Aaron did like Jane Foster Thor, where it's an entirely new story with a character that's been around forever, not fully been utilized, but tells. I mean, it's beautiful storytelling. You can use the old lexicon to tell new stories in new ways, or you can tell the same stories that we all wrestle with as humans with different characters. You can do both.
Like Jason Aaron's doing that right now on Absolute Superman.
Oh yeah, I love Jason.
Been around this long, and it took this long before she became a superhero.
I read way more of his Thor stuff, his Jane Foster Thor, and his God of Thunder stuff.
You got the What If number 10 ready to show us, Rob?
What?
The What If number is it number 10? The What If Jane Foster becomes
I'd have to dig that one out.
Oh, I got 2 of them. Yeah.
Well, you had them ready to go. I was just.
Dig deep.
You know what's funny? I met Jason Aaron a couple weeks ago at Emerald City Comic Con. Cool. Everybody's asking about Absolute Superman. You can tell he's kind of tired about it. He's like, he loves it. He loves the attention, but he's like, everyone's asking about it. I brought him Bug Wars to sign, and he talked to me for like 5 minutes about Bug Wars. He was like, oh my God, someone wants to talk about my book.
Did you bring the Bug Wars number 1 or the one shot that was not safe for work?
I brought number 1 because actually that one shot is still in my to read pile, so I hadn't read it yet.
That's weird.
That was good too. If you like the Micronauts, it was. I really liked it.
Bug Wars.
It was fun.
I highly recommend it to everyone to read his Thor: God of Thunder. I mean, it was on the New Times bestsellers list. What's that? What did you say?
Who?
Did you say something to me?
I said it's great. I have the trades.
Oh yeah, yes. I agree.
I believe lady just said, "Are you talking to me?"
You talking to me?
We're talking to you. And I'm sort of wondering.
I showed all my Sam Keith. Rob, you got any more?
I think I ran through all my Sam Keith. I'm still going to push the top 5 to the very end of the show. We dropped a lot of people watching, so I don't know if anyone wants to start showing some books.
I mean, I'll show some.
Hold on.
Oh, ladies running to get some books or something.
Yes, just hold on a minute. God damn it.
All right. Well,
she's in her log cabin. Her internet's not great.
Oh, I'm still hoping to see the walkthrough after the show.
Lyle, you said you got some good international books this week.
Yeah, I have. I didn't dig any of the Sam Keith books out. I'm the odd man out tonight because I just finished doing another show before coming here. So I was like, okay, what the hell? I don't have time to dig all this stuff out. So I have a few books, not many, not like the first time you had me on, Rob. I'm yakking for 20 minutes. I mean, oh my God.
When you were on that first time, we were all just staggered and just breathless and going, well, that's something we're never going to own.
Oh, no. Well, you know, these are, you can buy these. I mean, these here are from France. You know, I've had them in my collection. I have a big collection, so I'm not always sure what people want to see.
Let me just ask real quick with Lady. Did you have something, Lady?
Well, I was going to say, Miracleman, were you saying my internet shitty?
Yeah, because you live in the woods in a log cabin.
It looks fine to me.
Down by a lake.
Is he being a dick or is it really shitty?
I think he's just yanking your chain.
I don't know. That's why I don't like his ass.
These stories were taken out of the Fantastic Four from issues 262 to 267, and this one is Nova. Well, it's in French. It says Nova and the Fantastics. So it's issue 114, and these are from France. This one's from July of 1987.
I love it.
That's fantastic.
Did I show you my Dutch ones? Did I show you my Dutch ones?
Yes, you did.
And that's not like sexual or anything. No, yeah.
Like, is that about an oven?
Yeah.
These were done between 1978 and 1996.
Wow.
You know what? I have a Swedish Conan. I want to say number 4. I'll have to pull it somewhere. I can't remember where it's at, but
this is Nova 117.
Oh wow.
I love it. Lalandra, my girl.
So why do they call it Nova?
Well, because there's Nova stories in there as well. There's 2 stories in each. Sometimes there's 3 stories. So they list the title, the Nova and the Fantastics, because the Fantastic Four is known as the Fantastics.
Vincent, I'll have to show you the UK ones that I have, but it shows like Spider-Man, and it's just a big, massive picture of X-Men.
Excellent.
Oh, you showed a couple weeks ago.
The foreign ones are a little different.
This one, 126.
Oh my gosh!
Nova
It's
with
a
Malice.
girl. What's her name?
This one here was taken out of a story of Fantastic Four number 126 from 1972.
Sue Storm is Malice.
Malice, that's it. Sorry, I was trying to think of her
She just
name.
had a comeback.
This one was issue 1.
Yeah, she's in the current issues.
120.
Look at Doom. I'm scared.
That's cool. So custom cover.
I know.
This one's from January of 1988.
Oh my God. I'm
The
from
last one of
January
this lot.
1984.
And this one here was Nova number 119, but it was from December of 1987.
I love that
great.
cover. Who did that art? It's okay.
They don't list the artist on there very often.
La Foo for Foo.
Nope, doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
Also, they have these little tiny digest forms of comic books in black and white. These are also from France. This one is from 1969, called Battler Britain.
Oh,
They
that's
made
cool.
these from 1958 to 1986.
And what nation is this from? Britain?
This is France, but they was originally done. These were UK reprints from a company called Sun and War Libraries.
Yeah.
They did
That cover's
471 issues of this.
What was the original publisher in the UK? Was it like the old school publishers in the UK? They were like Lion and like
Yes. Well, the name of the story that was reprinted, this was called Sun and War Picture Library.
Oh, that was the original UK publisher.
That was the original UK publishing of that story. And then there's a French one from France. This one is called, we'll have to translate. It's called Secret Agent X13. This one's issue 290 or 281. Got new glasses. I still can't see.
Oh, that's great.
These were made between 1960 and 1986. This is issue from 1972. And this one's 132 pager.
Wow.
It's a thick boy. Can I see the side?
Yeah, that's an odd page count.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Also from that series, this one here is issue 220 from 1970.
Uh-oh.
I don't know
That's
who's
wild.
drawing those, but it looks amazing. The cover.
I see a swastika and an
Well,
Aries.
they were usually done by a fella from France. His name was Jean-Yves Mitton, Mitton.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still alive. He was born in 1945.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, this one here is also another one from France, and it's called La Route de West, meaning the Western Route, and it was done by a French company called My Journal. And this one's from 1977, but they're very hard to find in Canada. Never mind looking for these in the United States.
He looks like a barbarian.
This one's also 132 pages.
It's a thick boy.
It's a thicker one, yeah. And then there had another rare one. It's called The Black Bison, which was also 100 pages. And this one was from 1971. Bison Noir. Black Bison.
That looks like something Kevin would like.
This one's a 100-pager. And this one was from France as well, but it was they say it was a Western, and this one was done in 1973. It's called Yampa. They did 18 issues of this from 1973 to 74, and that was it. And they had a print run of between 30 and 60,000, and you can hardly find them today.
They're all just disposed of back then?
Well, that's right. They read and then tossed. Is anybody aware? Like, I've had this book in my collection for a while, but I was going through a bunch of stuff, and online it indicates that it was an error copy. It was Wolverine 131.
Oh, there is an error in there,
Right.
but I can't say aloud what they said.
It's called, it was a saber-tooth slur that was in it. They had
it
a
a bad
word in
word?
there.
It's so there's a word for Jewish people, and
Yes.
the word kind of mushed together, so it formed a very different word than what was originally intended.
Yes. So I have this one, but they also did they recall this one. You can see more information on Recalled Comics. They'll tell you the whole story about it. I wasn't aware that it was an error.
I mean,
don't
let's
know if
just say
anybody.
that Kitty Pryde has said much, much worse in the pages of X-Men, and it was intended.
Yeah, well, yes. Then there was this HWC Incorporated. This is an American comic. It's the Heroes World Catalog.
Oh yeah, those are great.
I love that
Yeah.
catalog.
That's a Neil
That's
Adams,
where I would
right?
circle what I wanted for Christmas and give to my parents. And
Yeah, I have a-
one
I
year,
have a few of
I
those.
got a full set of
Yeah, I like
Mego
it.
dolls out of
That's
there.
awesome.
I got like Falcon, Thor, Captain
So these were
America.
my recent pickups from a secondhand store not far from my place. This is number 12 of The Bouncer from 1944.
Oh wow.
Well, that's nice.
They-
That's great.
They had 4 issues. It started at issue 11 to 14. And it was the first comic book character created by Robert Kanigher.
Awesome.
Of all the war comics
War
and
comics,
Wonder
yeah.
Woman, oh my God!
And the other one I picked up was number 10 of Buster Crabbe from 1953.
That's great.
Cool.
The art was done by Mike Roy. And my last one was Mutt and Jeff, number 6 from 1942.
Wow.
Cool.
The time capsules.
Yes. I probably paid $20 for this one and $15 or $16 for the other ones, Canadian, which would be about $10 or $11 US.
That's good.
That's all I got for you tonight. Just wanted to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel and leaving really great comments of my research of old stuff, because I've got some stuff. I got a video coming out tomorrow and one on Tuesday next week and one on Thursday. You need to stay tuned because it's amazing. It'll blow your socks off.
I've been telling people about you, man, and I
Yeah,
keep
there's been a
hearing the
lot of
same
back
thing.
chatter.
Well, since
do
last week, I got 4 new subscribers from your show, Rob. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And we need 40 new subscribers.
I
We need
know, but
400. The
I'm
knowledge
patient.
you provide is appreciated. It is something I don't see anywhere else in the community.
And if you have me on next week or in a couple of weeks, whatever you decide, I'm going to show you some really old stuff that came from Canada. It was actually done in Montreal, and it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go east or west in Canada. It just stayed in Quebec. And these comic books are rarer than the Canadian whites that came out between 1941 and 1946.
Well,
Wow.
you have forced my hands, Lyle.
I'll show you that. I haven't dug it out yet. I have a big collection, so I have about 80 or 90, and I'll be doing some vids on my channel explaining the whole story about it and the authors and all that stuff, artists.
Well, I just
Thank you.
subscribed. That's interesting as hell.
Send it to
You
me.
weren't subscribed yet?
I thought I paste it. in the
Well,
back.
check it out. I've got 40 videos that are out. I've only had the channel for 2 months. So
All right.
I'm doing my best to entertain the troops.
I've had a channel for about 10 years, and I think you have 40 more videos than I do.
Well, everybody's a little different.
It
Well,
looks like ladies are-
subscribe.
Yeah, lady looks
everybody.
like she's about ready to start
Yeah.
showing off.
Okay.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank
Now I'm
you,
gonna
Lyle.
flex. I'm gonna flex.
Lady, remember, it's 9:48, and we got
Shut
2
up.
guests we got
I
to
don't
get
wanna
up
listen to you,
yet. So,
asshole.
like,
You talk too
let's
much.
fucking
You
pick
should
10 to
be
7
right.
here. Carry on.
yeah.
No
Nice.
man number one.
Tower Comics.
Oh my God, you got another one of them?
No, but I'm showing it a flex in front of him.
Thunder
Crazy,
Agents.
bro.
Oh, should I go
Crazy.
get
'Cause
mine?
you know who
With
sent this to
trips.
me? You know who sent this? Her. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who's the publisher of that?
Tower Comics. They
Thunder
didn't
Agent.
Tower Comics.
Right from the
made
60s.
Square
I've never seen that
Town
before.
comics
Now-
in the 60s. They were
Yeah,
Silver Age
66 or
publisher.
67.
Yep,
No, okay.
25 cents a book. Their big characters were Thunder Agents, and they
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
a UN peacekeeping agency that got superpowers. There's Dynamo in the blue. That's No Man in the yellow.
Look at the back. Somebody did original art on the back of this.
Wow.
Ooh, that's great.
1965 to 69
Yeah.
for Tower
And-
Comics.
and-
Yep.
They didn't publish a ton because while they
No.
really did give you a lot of value for a quarter,
They were
you know,
grossly overpriced.
it was
apparently.
very
Losing money.
expensive. In
Wally
65,
Wood art,
69,
baby.
Yeah.
All
See, I've seen
Wally
Thunder
Wood.
Agents. I've seen that
Yeah.
one before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, those are thick.
They're
If
thick
you've
boys.
ever seen the old Gold Key series,
Squarebound.
what was that one he worked on for the first 3 issues? Oh man. So Wally Wood, before he went to Tower Comics, was working for Gold. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. God damn.
That's really nice.
Wow, you're bringing the heat tonight.
Yeah,
I told you
really
you were
is.
pissing me off, Lyle.
She
No,
really is.
Hey, no worries.
No. You're bringing out the fire in me.
I love it.
This reminds me if you remember the people that we had on a while back that did the Frightening 15, somebody has put out a Kickstarter where if you have a 10.0 of that Black Cat Mysteries, they will give you $1,000.
That one's rated a 10. Do you see on the cover?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey,
It's a 10.0.
that
Right there.
Kickstarter owes you $1,000.
I
lady.
love this.
That's
I
wild.
love
You know
this.
what, lady?
What?
You know what's
I know
crazy?
you just got one but I'm cooler than you. That's why I'm showing this.
You know what's crazy?
Because I'm cooler than you. Is that crazy? That's
I
why I
just
you
got
pulled
guys
this.
match. You're twinsies.
Because
I
I
just
said
got
any book you can get, I can get better.
You live in the woods by a lake in a log cabin.
van
Who's
down by the
selling
river.
comics out there.
Nature
I
comics.
smoke
Bear.
doobies with Smokey the Bear.
Speaking
I
of
would
the
assume
forest,
you live by a lake in the woods.
This is what happens if you keep your joint lit in the woods. Don't.
Yeah, don't ash in the woods. They're an ashtray.
Don't.
Put your joints out, people.
Thank you. Look at this.
PSA.
Marge's little Lulu number 5.
Why does she have a black eye?
I have never read a Little Lulu. Raise your hand if you've read a Little Lulu. Raise your hand.
I've seen this
Quality
strip.
of the stories. Accepted for the era. Quality of the stories.
Well, hey, Foo, send me your secrets, some of your sorcery tricks.
Ooh.
Oh, Classics
Navy
Illustrated.
SEALs. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that Thunder Agents from Tower Comics, Wally Wood did it. Before he went there, he was doing the art on a book called Mars Total War for Gold Key. And
This is
the
1947.
the
Is that a
soldiers
first
in it.
print?
Yes.
That's pretty.
It's really cool.
It's 40.
I'm glad I showed
1947.
up tonight so I could see these because you brought some good stuff.
Yeah, this is right up Mike's alley.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right up my alley.
Yeah.
cool. And then also this is from oh my God, Will Eisner did this.
The actor.
No,
Oh, that's cool.
like Will Eisner
It
wrote
was
the
a joke.
spirit.
Sorry.
Were those
Or
giveaways?
Huh?
Were they called giveaways? Those?
These were, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
So many of the greats worked on those promotional comics.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Here's
crazy.
a funny
Thank you.
Rails Across America.
That's cool.
See, now when I talk about rails
Yeah.
across America, I'm referring to
And
something
well, he's
very
railing
different.
across. They're railing
What are you talking about?
on rails. Double entendre. I got more rails for you. Popeye railing.
Hey, I read that. That is a good comic. It
I got
is
more for you.
crazy. It is
Popeye
crazy.
King Comic Popeye books are low key really good.
No, these books are amazing because
These are the
they
three.
were,
They're
they were
the.
given
I've
to high
got more.
schoolers.
I've got more Popeye career ones.
Yeah, they're all careers. It basically
Yes.
tells you how to
This
go
one
into
is like
engineering,
the,
transportation.
Public service.
They're very wordy, but they're very. It gives a
I've
good
got one where he
snapshot
does
in time.
fractions.
Yep. Yep.
Popeye does fractions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
those part of
excited
it?
when I saw those because
Are
I
they-
read
those
them all.
Those part of the library collection. Didn't King do like a library collection
They
of
may
comics?
have, but I'm ignorant, so I can't tell you.
It'll tell you in
Um,
the indicia, you fucking goon.
You're the goon. You're the goon.
Guys, that word's completely used differently nowadays.
It's no longer the
Oh, is that
90s.
Jack Kirby?
Ooh.
Wow.
Gainers.
Oh,
And this was
Oh, the night-
signed by
That's Simon
Joe
Anderson.
Simon's
Simon?
grandson.
oh
now
wow.
I wish
Oh, I-
Kevin was here for sure. He was
Oh
Jesse
my
Simon.
gosh.
I know where you got that.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous on this one.
So
There's a short story behind that one.
yeah, but Jesse, like Rob was able to get some books from Jesse Simon that was from his grandpa's collection, and he signed this one. And this one was a gift from Night Tiger. It's a little gnarled away, but it's still Boyle's Ranch.
Wow.
Wow.
Bad butt.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Real quick, Jesse Simon sells books on Instagram and he really likes pushing stuff. So I got this with a bunch of other stuff and gave that one to Lady because I wasn't collecting war Western back then. Oops.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Wait up.
Not that one.
Wait up, bitches. Oh my
Yeah.
God! Do not covet my Rocky and Bullwinkle and
Oh,
Fiendish
Scabat.
Friends because it's very important to me. All right, this is what I picked up. First appearance of Jane Foster, my girl. Journey into Mystery.
Oh, yeah. First cover. Wait, no.
Is it first cover or first appearance?
No, this is her first cover and first appearance.
What issue is that?
This is 84, second appearance of Thor.
Then I'm dumb.
Mr. Hyde's
Whatever.
first appearance, I think.
But
Whatever.
well,
It's
what
just
that
my
is
first appearance.
it's the
I
first
thought
appearance
Tacoma
of
said it was
Thor
first
and
Jane
Loki.
Foster, but whatever. I was wrong.
What that is it's Loki and Thor's first appearance as children.
Oh, well, I got it for a very good deal.
Well, even better.
Yeah, I'm a big Thor fan, and it's got Jane Foster on it. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, Mark.
Well, this one I know more about.
Nice.
FF55. Yeah, very nice one. And then Also, Strange
Cool.
Tales,
That's an awesome cover.
128. I can see I'm going slower. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. Now, this is my last chunk, and but this one this is when I'm gonna really stick it to you, Lyle.
Oh, and we just met.
I know. Really, you're just really gonna get it bad.
She's very competitive.
Oh, I have those.
Well, these are not for you because it's from my brother-in-law.
Oh no, I would never. No.
I was gonna say you don't even like Star Wars, lady. What are you doing?
It's from my. I don't even like. No, I don't. I think it's dumb. But I got these two for my brother-in-law because
Very nice.
He is a massive Star Wars fan, and I said, you know what, Christmas done. And then here we go.
Excellent. You're doing very well.
Oh, that's great.
Very nice.
Look at my people.
I've seen that one sell up here in Canada for like $200.
Are you serious?
I have a few of those. I
I'm
don't like
serious.
the side. I don't like handling the side, opening it sideways.
Yeah, it's really fairly long.
Like reading comic strips. A
Very
news-
nice. Yeah, I have to dig out mine next week.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
mean,
101.
storyline where we're gonna see you in the movie. How about that?
I'm just gonna switch out Lizard for Scorpion.
I'm a Hulk fan too, Vincent.
Ooh, 179.
That's my jam.
This is
177, 78.
yeah, 177 and 178. Some warlock dying and coming back to life, and
I can pull out the originals.
Hmm.
yeah, I have the originals as well.
I'd have to get on a ladder.
That's interesting. Tomb of Dracula and the Hulk.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's quite the
And
team.
then here's Blade. Like,
Yeah.
It's an
That's
interesting
pretty cool.
combo of stories to put together for sure.
I
It's
mean,
like, Hulk's a monster. Why not?
Yeah, I like it. It's cool.
Excellent. Well, there you go.
I was just having a discussion last night with people about Quicksilver being the biggest jerk in comics at the time.
oh, I kind of feel like Namor is a kind of a big jerk.
I
But
think I
love it.
think Namor's worse.
I love
Way
it.
cuntier.
Namor is regal about it, though. Go on. Oh, there's your man, Abe.
Baku.
Okay, that's
Another
it.
good one.
Yeah, I'm good. That's all. I can't really beat you, Lyle. I'll just talk a lot of shit.
I
No
enjoy
one
your
competes
books.
with Lyle.
You don't have to beat me up too hard, or come on.
Okay.
I can go next.
All right. I know Miracleman has a long box or two, so
Let him
let's
in.
throw it to you
Yeah,
guys.
well,
Mac
most of the stuff I'm showing is for Miracleman because nobody will appreciate it.
No,
But
yeah.
I thought I'd bring Power Girl.
Should put a
Nice.
corn right on the top.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start off with some corn. So I picked
goodness.
Debbie Does Down.
Great.
These are hard to like track down as far as to get a full run.
Are you saying it's classy corn?
Finally got this one from Aaron Myers. So
Oh, yeah. I like
There you
it.
Our man Aaron.
Cheeky Comics,
Ooh.
Private Dance. This is a really good comic that's a Kickstarter.
I'm your private dancer.
And then these old ones, Madame Tarantula.
Nice.
Mhm. I love that.
And here's a Garcia Lopez cover.
Ooh, yummy.
This was a free
Gorgeous.
sampler.
Yep. Yep.
And Hulk and Pitt.
Nice.
Dale Keown, Peter David. I got a Plastic Man from PS Art Books.
You know, I love PS Art Books for one reason. It's getting those classic comics out there into people's hands in an affordable volume.
Yeah.
But man, I wish we could get some that were a little closer to the original comic. You know?
These ones I had to order. These are Bad Idea,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I had to order because they came in on FOC only, and I don't do FOC. So I pre-order all my stuff, and I missed them.
Hmm.
But That's my first Grok comic, and I thought, well, is that AI generated because of Grok on Twitter?
Right.
No, it's not. It's more of a Christian comic label.
Huh. How was the story? Did you read it?
I'm going to read it. It just came in from my comic shop order. These are actually books that are current off my pull list. I get the obscure stuff that come off of that are not available on DCBS, like Dren.
Yep.
And there's another Dren, Tales of the Bizarre.
Nice.
And one of your favorites. I'm still getting all the AC books. And this one just sounded so odd. ColecoVision.
Yeah.
From Apex.
Yep.
Yeah, you had to get. I would have gotten that straight up.
That's interesting.
That's an automatic yes.
And I'm still getting the Zenoscope, but they are so hard to get because my comic shop does not always have them. So I don't know what's going on. And
they're
then,
the big publisher being distributed by Filbo.
No, they're not anymore.
Oh no.
No, they're if you look at the Filbo catalog, they're not in there. So I'm almost done finishing my She-Hulk run.
It was a fun book.
So I had like all the early issues, but not the later issues.
The late stuff's when it gets tough.
Relatively cheap, except for the beach ball Demi Moore one.
I lucked out. I pulled the beach ball issue for $1 at a flea market.
The beach ball one's funny too because it's like such an old person reference.
Oh,
kids don't get that reference anymore.
Not at all.
Who's Demi Moore? Is she that woman in the movie The Substance?
Yeah, there it is.
There you go. You got it.
It's a good cover. There's Marvel Zombies. Both of those 2 issues there were Marvel Zombies issues.
So I think after this, I'm only missing like 2.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That was a really fun run.
So that's it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I like that. Which issues are you missing?
I think it's the last issue and the penultimate issue.
Okay.
59.60, not so bad. I mean, the 60 will probably get you about $50 or so. 59, maybe 30, 35.
Crazy.
I'll see if I have it. I just made a note.
So, Vin, you want to go next?
I would love to go next. So, my daughter lives in the capital here in Washington. You have to drive through Seattle to get there. And I saw her this weekend for her birthday. Very excited. The Seattle traffic driving through Seattle core is god awful right now. And there's an amazing comic shop on the other end of Seattle for me. And I was like, to treat myself for dealing with the Seattle traffic, I'm like, I'm going to stop by my favorite shop. So I went in there and I knew I had an hour and a half of dealing through like just a couple of miles of downtown Seattle. So I didn't take too long, but I treated myself and I went in there rapid fire, bam, bam, bam. And I grabbed some great books out of it. So all in all, I think I did like
that's great.
$5 an issue for when I got here. So I got the DC Comics Presents. I'm slowly working my way through these. I have a little over half the run right now. I got Legion of Superheroes. This cover is very, very cool. Got the Swamp Thing.
One more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Superman and Supergirl.
The headband.
And then
That was the
other
80s
one,
headband.
the other one I've been trying to finish up, and I think I've only got like 20 or 30 issues left, is Marvel Team Up. So I've got
Nice.
Iron Fist.
I have the whole run of those.
The 2-parter with the Daughters of the Dragon for the next one. This one is gonna get harder and harder to find. The Saturday Night Live issue.
Yeah, got that one. That was the editor's month.
Belushi in it, yeah.
Assistant editors.
Honestly, not a huge fan of the SNL of that era, like a lot of people are. But the very fact that this is something that just can't get reprinted anymore. It's
Right.
just, like, I gotta have it. With Doctor Strange. And then this one, I managed to talk his marked price very far down. Very first Mockingbird. It was we were talking before about good shop practices. He's like, yeah, let's throw, we'll take $20 off the price of that. Like, don't mind if I do.
That costs more than $20.
During the pandemic, that was $100 book,
Are you
easy
for
in
real?
fine condition. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is nowadays. This is a really nice copy. I don't know if you can tell on it, but you can get it for about 40 in this price range.
Wow.
And I got it for half that. So,
Well, that's good.
Let me know which ones you're
46.
missing. I can get them up here for $6 a piece, and that's like $3 US.
Right.
I got a little King Call, there. And then the last one that I grabbed, just random, it's not even in great shape, but I'm trying to pick them up more, being a big Hulk fan.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I am almost done with my Hulk run, other than like those first 6 issues. I'm getting really close.
Good luck.
I've been nailing this whenever I can find one of these for a good price. I'm trying to, and I got this one for like $5 because it's not, it's a reader copy, but I'm very happy with it. So
how do you complain about that?
and one last one, I went because of JLGL's birthday this week. I own it, but I just want to grab it out so we at least acknowledge the man's birthday. One of my favorite comic pickups. I never read this until I think a year or two ago, and I feel robbed. If you have not read this book, I am saying right now, you need to read this comic book. It is gorgeous. It is every page sings. So buy this book.
I will absolutely be getting an actual copy, not the facsimile, the actual eventually, when I see one in person.
You haven't seen one in person?
I did, but the second I picked it up, my old comic shop, the one that I left, said, oh, it's good you found that. I promised that to someone else. I'm like, come on.
That's not, it's going to be your book. You just can't get now.
And that's why he's his old comic shop.
Exactly.
It's like, I'm thankful that I told that for you.
I'm glad they did a facsimile, honestly, just so more people can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Jose's art in that, just stunning. His art in that large format, and then with that, it's amazing. One of my favorite comic books of all time, honestly.
I will get that this year. All right, Miracleman, yep.
I am up, and look, I am really gonna do my best to very, very much so limit what I'm going to show. But the first thing I'm going to show before I even get off of my book, we talked about Sam Keith. I was a fan of Sam's work, but we also lost another great of comics that, unfortunately, a lot of American fans probably aren't very familiar with, as I believe he was a Dutch comics creator, and his name was Herman. Now, Herman's most famous piece of work is a book called Jeremiah. This might actually be the most valuable hardcover book in my collection, and it was even before Herman passed away just a few days ago, because Dark Horse reprinted these. This was so old that this book was $24.99 MSRP, right? So what, early 2000s, maybe they printed it. Herman wrote this book, Jeremiah, and it was about a near future post-soft apocalypse society, and mostly returned back to, Lyle, trust me, you're going to look, if you don't know this, you're going to want to look into it. Then wait till I open it.
I'm doing that right now.
This cover does not even remotely do it justice. And I'm just going to pop this open and show you the coloring of this book, right? The artistry of this book, the storytelling. I am telling you, this is one of the best comics I have ever read, and it's primarily more or less a Western.
What drove you to pick it up? Like,
great question.
How did you hear about this?
So there was a period of time where I was really getting into European books. I have been a fan of Milo Manara's work since I was a young man, because when I was too young of a young man, I stumbled across his erotic work. It was actually my first exposure to adult comics was Milo Manara's Click, which was published in the back of an adult men's magazine here in the States in the late 70s. That magazine was called Puritan. Nobody should look that magazine up. And strangely enough, that magazine also published a cartoon, uncredited cartoon from Wally Wood over the course of the first 5 issues. Now, because I loved Milo Manara's work and had been collecting it, at this point in time in my life when I found this book, I had started to really get a lot of Manara's work. And I said, you know, I'm really
That
kind
one
of
came
curious.
out in 2015.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, you know, I kind of want to see what other European stuff is out there. If I love Manara stuff and so few people know him here in the States, what other Europeans creators do I not know? And this right here is the hands down, like I said, one of the best stories I've ever read in my entire life. And it's gorgeous work. Most people don't know him. Jeremiah was reprinted here in the States by Adventure Comics in shitty little black and white reprints, like one issue here, one issue there, a little 2-parter here.
That's where I saw it.
Yes.
I knew I was looking at the back of Adventure Comics Logan's Run, and I saw Jeremiah.
Yep. Look at the art. Look at the, like I said, the thing that struck me the most about this book was the use of color, right?
Yeah.
Reprinting this book in black and white was a crime against humanity. Okay? I don't care if you had to sell your house and a kidney. If you reprint this work and it's not in color, you have no business printing comics. Look, I'm going to tell you, before his death, this book, I believe, was going for about $300 on the back market.
Damn.
I got it at MSRP. I was at a shop in Florida, believe it or not, Miami, as a matter of fact. And I walked into this little shop. It was like Green something or another. Green. They sold records. They had a small box of Undergrounds. I actually bought my first copy of Zap from there. It was my first exposure to S. Clay Wilson. Right. Look, seriously, if you can find these, get them. If you can figure out any way to get these books, get them.
I said you link, Rob.
I cannot recommend.
You're saying don't go black and white. Get the color.
Do not go black and white. Do not do it. It's a waste. It's a waste of time. You're wasting some of the most beautiful artwork I've ever seen in my entire life.
You fucking tracer! Your mother's a tracer!
That's right. I would tell him that. Now, look, we're going to get right into it, guys, with the rest. I just wanted to take that time. You know, Herman was a fantastic creator. He just passed away. He was older. Right around 80, I believe, or mid 70s, not a young man, and European. So he had wine and chocolates and like good P word whenever he wanted it. And, so he lived his life clearly. Right. Let's go. I'm going to, you know what we're doing today, guys? I'm serious. I got 2 long boxes of books in the last month. I had
too crazy with it.
We're just going to get in there, Vincent. Let's do some Silver Age first, right? First up, I have a stack. Look at this. This is Superboy. All right, here we go. Issue 86. Look at that. Always wanted this one. Issue 98, first Ultra Boy.
Ooh,
yeah, I got that one. That's cool.
That's a good
Issue 99, the Kryptonite Kid, Crypto, and the Kryptonite Hound. Number 111. Check that out. That beauty.
Hey, Miracleman, you remember that guy that I got all the war comics from? He's sending me a package including Superboy, Jimmy Olsen, and a few other things like that.
Superboy number 112. I got a shit ton of Superboy, guys. Number 115. This Silver Age stuff is wild. I'm really getting hot on chasing down the Silver Age Legion stuff. Number 117. First appearance of Legion characters. Still very approachable. And, that's not going to stay that way forever. 132, little checkerboard action. Look at that. Number 133, another checkerboard. Well, it's Super Baby. Number 136, another Crypto, and again, a checkerboard. 80-page giant, number 138. Another crypto story, another checkerboard. Number 140, yet another checkerboard. Man, when I was a kid and I saw checkerboards, I remember going, wow, those are really old comics. I bet you I'll never be able to buy any of those. Here's an issue 140. Check this out. Check this out. Neil Adams cover, 143.
Nice.
Here is another square bound, with number 156. Now, this one's got a little chunk taken out of the side, but bear in mind, I bought it for $1. Number 158. Oh, I love this one, man. Check this out. Number 159, The Day It Rains, Superboys. Look at that. Now, Neil Adams did a ton of these. I believe he did that one as well. Here's a 161. Oh, check this out. This is, man, there's so many like this. Number 171. That's an Infantino and Anderson cover right there.
That's a great one.
And we're going to move on from Superboy into Superman. You know, when I was a kid, I read Who's Who's. I loved Who's Who's. I tore through my Who's Who's. I read my first collection of Who's Who's to shreds. I used to take a bath, and I would take my stack of Who's Who's, and I'd put them on a chair next to me as a kid, and I would just tear through them. I would just read them, right? Needless to say, those had not survived. I've since replaced them with beautiful copies. One of the first things I did as an adult collector, and I always wanted the first appearance of Nightwing and Flamebird, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to buy it till I find it in the wild. So I found this one. Check that out.
Ooh.
Check that out. First Nightwing and Flamebird, also appearance of Candor, the Bottled City. But you know what happens whenever, not first appearance, it's just appearance of it. But you know what happens whenever you find a book you've been looking for forever, you find another one.
Claim.
And I couldn't let it go. Couldn't let it go. If you need it, you're going to get it, my friend. And here we have from the Phil Fairn collection, issue number 175. Fuck you, Phil. And then here we have, I'm pretty sure this was a sub issue because it's got a weird mark down the middle, but it's not really creased. Number 223. Look, Superman in general in this era, they're not very deep stories, right? But they're wild as shit. Here's a 228. Look at that. How do you not want this, right? If you look at this cover and you go, I don't want this comic, you don't fucking like comics. Get the fuck out of here. You don't even belong. You don't even belong watching this show. Issue 232. Check this shit out. Look at this.
It's the issue right before Neil Adams takes over with Denny O'Neil.
Here we got 225. Superman with the Superman imposter. Look at that. Here, now, we're going to move into some actions. Number 311, Superman, King of the Earth. Look at that. Good God, I love it.
Need that.
No, really nice, great book, too. 321, again, really nice, great book. Here's one, a little rougher, but 3 Generations of Superman, issue number 327. You can buy a 12-cent Action Comics. I'll tell you what's not going to happen. You are not going to be fucking bored. Buy that book. Issue number 365. Look at that. Look at that. The Lady Loves the LLs and his cousin as Superman is rocketed into the sun. Superman's funeral. And here we have issue 411, another square bound. This is a 52-pager. And this one, I love this one. Anytime he's flying up with that giant fucking key, man, I want the book. I want it.
The treasury size of him with the fortress is good too.
Love them. Now, we're getting late, so I'm not going to go too much longer. But I got a couple more I absolutely have to show you guys. Remember, I got basically almost two long boxes left to show. There's 2 right here I brought specifically to show our boy Activate here. And I'm going to save those right till the end, right? But here's a couple more silver. We got some less common silvers. We'll call them that. And Unearthly Spectaculars number 1 from Harvey.
That's brilliant. I saw that when you posted it.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. No, that was a good one.
Unearthly Spectaculars number 2.
I do have the Jack Frosts. Yeah.
Those are funny, man. Those are great. I've had a couple of those. Love
Ridiculous books. Tales of
they're
a Mysterious Traveler from our friends at Charlton.
You don't do that.
Is that Ditko?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Ditko.
That's a 10 center too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little too creepy for me.
Oh, dude, this is a weird book. He's basically first of all, look at this fucking whack. I kind of want to. I don't like him myself.
It's like
Howdy doody.
Tales of the
Okay, we said
Mysterious
it,
Traveler
Jinx.
is like Phantom Stranger,
It is
just
Howdy Doody.
more Mr. A-ish than anything else. Here's
Yeah.
that Black Cat. That's the final issue, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Harvey, why do you have to hurt me? Harvey made some weird freaking books, but they had a teen humor book called Bunny. Here's Bunny number 9.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I have like 2 of those.
I love these books, dude.
But
Bunny
they're also like rare to find.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Well-
especially in nice shape.
Square bound, right? It was a 25 center. It was a Harvey book. Here's number 15, right?
Nice.
So they first of all, they didn't have the distribution. They weren't as popular. There wasn't a superhero book. It wasn't one of the big 2 or anything like that. Couple more silver, and then I'm going to show these last couple of big books that I've been saving till the end here. Brave and the Bold number 50. Look at that. First Green Arrow Martian Manhunter team up.
Got it.
You got me jealous on that one. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
I am not a huge. By the way, I think I paid $16. $16, not a bad price for that book.
I would have paid that.
I
much.
gotta rub that in.
I'm sorry about that. Now, I love my checkerboards. I got a couple more checkerboards. Check it out. Batman number 191. How do you look at that and not want that book?
That
Google
auction.
checks. Yeah.
Don't really
Look at
want
that.
it.
I'm
Look at
gonna
that.
sell Robin's outfit.
Right? While he's
What's
crying.
your bid? Alfred's
number-
crying.
Here's number 214. First of all, it's a women's lib issue,
Yeah.
and it has Batgirl.
Double yeah.
Check it out. Not a checkerboard.
I'm all about that.
What a
That's what's
Batgirl.
up.
What a Batgirl. And
Boys
you
are
said-
dumb.
I was joking about the women's lib because they're all trying to make him
I know
marry
it's
them.
not.
Nope, stop talking, go to jail.
And there we go. Teen Titan number 25. First appearance of Lilith. Nice, pretty cover. Check this one out. I was so excited when I saw this cover. I don't even know. I wish Doc was here. Strange Adventures number 218.
Yes, Adam Strange.
Yeah, it's good
The
stuff.
best covers too.
Couple more Metal Men here. Check this out. Number 7. Look at that, where they're all a gun.
Yes.
Could not make that cover today. I'm surprised that passed the CCA, man.
Yeah.
Here's a checkerboard number 21. Look at that. I wanted to get a chemo issue, but there's so many other good books. I didn't get the chemo issue. Couple of these. Check these out. Again, not incredibly uncommon, but you just don't see them all the time because they weren't. To be fair, they weren't his best work. Beware the Creeper number 2.
I love that. I have a full run of that.
Number 3. I already had number 1. I bought that a while ago, and here's number 5. So I think I only need one more issue, right?
Yeah, I got all the Ditko
I like-
DC stuff.
All right.
I like to keep the character more than the actual book.
I like him because he's like literally crazy. Like his
Yeah, no, I
powers-
like the character.
unpredictability.
Yep.
The book-
Yep.
the book
Very
is like-
unpredictable character. Now, I'm not even going to show you. I'm cutting. I have another little stack here. I had a pile of undergrounds. I'm not going to show those. We're going to save those for another time. But I'm going to show you. Here's my last Silver Age book. A Flash 139.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
First Reverse Flash. I've been looking for this one for a while. It was one of the few I didn't have. This one's got it presents well, but it looks like a little mouse had a little fun on the spine. But I bought it for $3. Right.
I have been trying to get a
Worth it.
copy of that.
Yeah.
This one's a lot harder to find than the first one, than the
Well,
white
the
cover.
facsimile just came out too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get into 4 books. So the last 4 books I'm going to show. These are a bit of a mini grails for me. Okay. Before the great Alan Moore became the great Alan Moore that we know, he was working in Marvel UK Comics. Before that, he was working basically anywhere. But he did 2000 AD. He wrote some Judge Dredd stories. He did Star Wars in the UK. He wrote some Star Wars stories. He also worked for Marvel UK. He also worked for Quality Communications, which was Des Skin's comic magazine, where he was writing the original Marvel Man. Right. And it was Marvel Man when it was still in the UK, because that's the character's name. But when he was making books, very early 80s, 1982, he puts out a book. He was working on Captain Britain. And in issue 388, which came from the great country of Canada for me, because apparently Canada imported these books, these Marvel UK books, and not very far from me. Issue number 388 is the very first time that Alan Moore names Marvel Man Miracleman. It appears on a headstone in a scene. I got to show it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
And while you're doing that,
Warning, 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 warning. Banger alert, banger alert.
So this is Alan Moore, Alan Davis. Now it's black and white. It was colored when it was brought into the States in reprints. But right here, Captain Britain gets kicked into the multiverse, right? And this is the first time Captain Britain enters the multiverse. Alan Moore not only invents the Marvel multiverse, he names Earth 616. He creates the Captain Britain Corps, right? And he kicks Marvel Man into a universe where there's all these headstones. And if you know anything about UK comics, these are all named at slightly modified names of UK adventurers, superheroes, supervillains. The Arachnid over here is actually the Spider, who was a big character. You have Iron Talon, who was the Steel Claw. You have a whole bunch of characters. And if you ever read Albion from Leah Moore and John Reppion from Wildstorm, by the way, if you've never read it, it's getting a reprint coming out soon. Make sure you pick it up. But right here is a headstone that says,
first
Miracleman.
Very first time he is ever named Miracleman. This is not easy to find in the States, guys. Let me tell you how not easy it is. I've known about this book for 12 years.
Cool.
And it's advertising The Secret of Nim that came out in what, 83, 84?
Right, 1982.
Yeah.
Damn, okay, even earlier.
Later, so that's the first time he names him Miracleman. Here in the Daredevils #7, another Marvel UK book, is the first time a character calls Miracleman, and it happens because here he is. There's this unstoppable killing machine, and he breaks in to the superheroes' lair where the last of the superheroes are surviving. And this is Robot Archie, another more UK comics character from the Silver Age. And here he kills one of the characters here. I forget who it is, but here he is, Miracleman.
Who does he kill?
So the fun of Miracleman, what Alan...
Whoops, not him.
Why are you showing that guy? Come on now.
You had to cheapen it. You had to cheapen it with that. But here is young Miracleman, who was the boyfriend of this universe's Captain Britain, and he helps her escape and dies helping her get away right here. So these were reprinted. Marvel did a trade of all these stories in color. I believe it came out in 2000 or 2005, something like that. Not easy to find that either, but way easier than finding the individual issues. I cannot recommend enough reading this Alan Moore, Alan Davis, Captain Britain run. And after Moore leaves, Davis keeps it up. It still stays good. It's just, it's a little different. Now, last two. Those two were big. These are the two I saved for you, my friend, Mr. O'Mactivate. All right? You were showing off some of those really cool Paragon books, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Paragon books. Paragon was published by Bill Black. Bill Black publishes today. He publishes AC Comics, Femforce, right? And there we go. There's some of them right there. Look at that. Back in the 70s, there you go. There you go. I started a reread of those like a year ago. I don't know if
this one I love because it's got a Kirby cover.
It does. It does. Yeah.
I'll never have a Kirby Arrow, so this is a
I've had
good
one of
great,
those. I've found one of those before.
Never say never.
Those are fantastic. So before those, he was doing really cheap black and white zines, and he loved to draw stuff where the female superheroines had their tops blown off. Some of his very first books was the oddly sized Dark Continent. Here's
Oh,
Dark
nice.
Continent number 2.
Wow, that's got to be really old.
It's
For
a
him.
60-cent black and white zine.
Yeah.
Right? Now there is a number 1. I think the number 1 had a print run of like 200.
I've
So
got
this is-
Snatch 1 through 3. I can show first print, but I can't show them actually.
And then here,
Mhm.
Captain Paragon, number 1, his first magazine-sized, full-length superhero story.
That is very cool.
These are very difficult to come by. You will.
Where
not
did you
them in the
find
wild.
these?
Can't tell you
Burberry?
all my secrets.
In Canada.
These I did indeed find in Canada. These here, apparently Canada, they imported them. These here, I'll let you in on that secret. I'll let you in that, but I'm not going to do it on the show because I'm going to tell everybody else. But I'll tell you.
Right.
I'll tell you. All right. We'll have to take it offline though. But
I'd have to kill you.
I'm telling you, these are. I have been hunting for a copy of this particular book for years, and finally found one that people are selling them for $300-$400 a pop. I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
I did pay. This wasn't free, but we'll say I paid about 10% of what most people are selling them for. So.
But he also had to give this one guy a hand job too. But
A little handy.
If I could get hard to find comics with just hand jobs, I would have the source.
I know you would. I don't even
for
want to
the
hear it
face
because I don't
of the
want to know.
planet.
Sometimes it's just pure luck that you find things. Though.
It is.
I got
I feel
4.
lucky.
So I'm a big Mike Grell fan, and I got before he pitched it. Well, as he was pitching it to DC for Warlord, he got the Chicago Sun to go ahead and print them as comic strips, and he did 2 of them, and they just never get listed on eBay. And I got the very first one. I got it for like $10 because no one knows what the heck this is. They didn't list it with Mike Grell. They didn't do anything about it to make it like known on the listing, and they didn't put like Warlord to like get attention to it or anything. And I got it for like $10. You never would have guessed. And I had Mike Grell sign it, and when he signed it, he's like, "I haven't seen this in decades." He was like, "Can I hold this for a minute?" When I had him sign it years ago.
Does Miracleman here have any of the Marvel Man from the UK from the 50s?
He's probably smoking a cigarette. You're never going to see him again.
He showed everything he was going to show. He did a little handy.
He's already entered a multiverse.
I have some issues. I'll bring them on next time you have me on. I'll show them to you. They're a little bit wider than the usual comic
He's
book.
talking to some alien slut somewhere.
We'll let him know as soon as he
Cool.
All right, I
Corn.
want to show the interiors real quick to this. This Harley Quinn number 60. Obviously, it's a great homage. Look,
To Todd McFarlane.
it's a McFarlane Batman 423 homage by Guillaume Marsh, and
I love him. March. He's
yeah.
he's great.
The
She's going to be
interior-
appearing like that in the, I believe, the next issue of Justice League Unlimited. So that look is here to stay for a little while.
This is a really, I really love the interiors to this.
I agree.
They're quite fantastic.
Right. Mine hasn't come in yet because I have to wait 2 weeks, but
You are going to be pleased, I believe. Look at this.
it does look very, very nice.
It is
Yep,
such
very
a
nice.
fun,
Dynamic. Such dynamic panel layouts
Thank
too.
you. Exactly.
It looks like manga.
Like,
So
well, it's
it's
dynamism that you don't often encounter in comics. And so I was very pleased with the just some of these layouts are entirely unique by imposing structures and things like this but I mean here's more traditional, right? But I love it. Great interiors. Very, very
nice.
Did you just pick that up?
I did. It just
Okay.
came out this past Wednesday, I think. And then
I think that one's new from this week.
yeah, this came from this week, and but see, I had it on pre-order because I saw this cover, and I was like, I'm a hoe. Gotta get two.
God, you're hard on yourself.
No, I'm being
all I got is one.
I know. I don't usually buy doubles, but I have a feeling that my buddy JD, who is a massive fan of that, probably didn't get it. So,
lady, I got some inside information. Punisher number 3, there's going to be a variant cover that'll have John Bernthal on it. It's going to be big. It's on FOC right now.
Nice. Got a nice This is an early direct. The early direct I call slash outs.
Yeah.
So these are actually rare. Newsstands.
I usually take a Sharpie and I'll do it myself. No,
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can do that.
Me of that.
You could do that, but I just don't know if you're gonna get the same grading. That
I don't piss around with my books like that.
I haven't gotten my Mylars in, so you'll have to forgive this, but I got in Detective 454. Okay, listen to this. This cover.
That looks like Lady Cop.
She came out the same year. It's not the same, but
it sure does look like her.
I think we know where I think I found a prototype. But this comic and Lady Comic were both released in 1975.
I love Lady Cop. She does so much in one issue that.
Hey, I'm basically saying that this is her. So she does some work in Detective 454.
She cures VD in that issue too, in Lady Cop.
You can do a lot if you put your mind to it.
I do a better job in the TSA.
I don't know if this is a popular opinion, but I absolutely love her in Danger Street too.
Yeah, you need to read that first issue though. It's so great.
It helps.
37 of Lois Lane.
Real early.
And then I got my Wonder Woman 224.
Ooh,
nice.
I definitely don't have that one.
Well, you're not going to get it.
Nice. No, all good. Now I know I got to look for it.
No, I love you. And then I got this issue's 280. Or Etrigan.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they just reprinted the Demon Jack Kirby stuff, and it has those Wonder Woman issues in it.
No way! That's awesome.
Yeah, in the DC Finest.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
and then I got this one.
All three of them.
Because I'm a big kid, but I got.
There's a lot of those Wonder Womans that were never reprinted.
Mars Attacks Popeye.
Yeah, I love those things. I love Popeye.
Yeah, but so I thought immediately of Popeye doing the, that thing, and then them going like it could literally, yeah, and then yeah. All right, sorry.
You have any of the Popeye's Thimble Theater from 1929?
I don't know about that.
Oh,
tell us.
I know who someone does.
Who?
You.
No, I don't have. I didn't take it out. That's all. I don't know. Not yet.
Oh, you just don't have it on you.
No, I don't have it on me. No, I have to dig it out.
Oh, well,
but he does have
1985, the something theater.
Yeah, you and Monty are going to get along famously.
Yeah,
I have a friend of mine in the chat. She wanted me to show a book, but I'm trying to think where the heck I put it. But I mean, next Friday, Rob, I'll show you the book that my friend there, who said, "Big Lyle, you should show my book." I'm thinking, okay, where is it?
Absolutely. We're here to promote.
I'm being
help people
stalked by my friends that live about 30 miles from my place.
No, I think that
Hey, Cora.
promotion of the people that your friends are good. I think you should do that.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are.
Is
Friend of mine,
is
she's
Miracle
into- she
Man
collects
still
horror, but-
there?
I
Did he
am.
I just
I am.
wanted to say I'm getting really close to getting all the Chris Silver stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great, man. The hardest one to find for some reason is Dark Assassin.
Yeah.
The Dark Assassin and then the Venusian Press stuff. So if you find the Venusian Press, grab that up first. If you find the Dark Assassin, grab that. That's the only one that's like $8-10 a book. The rest are like $2 to $4 books.
These are mostly like Edge and
Yeah.
the Eradicators.
Eradicators.
And,
hold that
I
up
have
real
no
quick.
idea what you're talking about.
Well, I
I'm
mean-
Hold that up. The Eradicators. The Eradicators #1. Hold that up real quick.
okay.
Hold on. Keep going. That one right there. That one. Hold that up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the very first professional work of Mr. Ron Lim.
No doubt.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Very good friend of mine. Recently, the artist on this book posted a bunch of stuff on eBay. And a very good friend of mine is a huge fan of these Silver Wolf Greater Mercury books. And when I talk about he posted stuff, I mean the scripts for unprinted issues.
Fat Ninja, yes.
So I bought them all for him and got them for him for his birthday present. Fat Ninja, by the way, is a comic book within the comic book universe of Greater Mercury and Silver Wolf.
Well, of course he is, and
Grips.
I was going to tell people that, but I didn't get to tell him fast enough.
Grips, the main character, his day job was being a comic book artist, and he drew Fat Ninja.
Who are you talking to, Foo? Oh,
Beautiful books, man.
Hey, I
And
think
by the way,
he's talking
everybody-
to you, Octavate,
Omactivate.
Omactivate. He's saying, send me the ones
Omactivate.
you're missing. He's like, I get those all the time.
Yeah,
Oh, these are
Barbarian
great
Kung Fu
books,
gets the deals.
Barbarian Kung Fu has a metric ton of random ass, like it's like Miracleman, but probably more horror focused.
Great.
But
And then he actually
just
sells his
weird
books.
and eclectic.
Yeah, I don't sell any of mine.
Yeah,
I
well,
recognize the label on your comics.
Who doesn't sell the stuff he says he's trying to?
Yeah, that's a My Comic Shop label.
Yeah.
Yep, we all know.
Yeah, and look, I'll tell you, if you go on there and you make a poll, a want list on there, that shit pays off. It is worth the time.
Also,
investment.
weird promos. If you find any weird promos, Foo's all about them.
You know,
Yeah,
you know
well,
what's bad, Miracle Man, is I end up reading these things and I see the ads and it turns me on to more comics.
Yeah.
It's an addiction. The one thing I wanted to point out, it is 11:45. Do you know where your children are? Also, it's been a little while since I've done this, but we're bringing back the top 5 comics. So we're going to start right now and wrap up the show. Let's see how fast I can get through this. It's the 4th week of March 2026. Lady Fantastic is already ready to run. And I get it. That's why we put it at the end of the show instead of at the beginning, because
I have
sometimes
ADHD.
people
I
need to
can't
go.
help it.
And I have AUDHD.
I do too. Actually, I wasn't gonna
Well,
bring in that part.
Could you
We're
guys
all
stop fucking bragging about your fucking issues and just show the goddamn comics?
goddamn right. All right,
They're
these
not
are the top 5
issues.
comics, and we're just going to switch to comics.
They're not
through this camera.
issues. These are issues, ass white.
All right. So we're going to
Don't
start
worry, she
off
loves
with number 5 book here. This is the one that went up the 5th most amount. It's Jungle Action number 21. It's the 1976 controversial
Got
Black
the whole
Panther.
run.
Yeah, it's because of this young lady over here that made me initially say, hey, I got to get all these too. And I finished it about a year after.
People with my great taste.
Yeah.
That's my second
So
favorite
this-
Marvel character, Black Panther.
I love T'Challa. Who's your first?
Daredevil.
Yeah, I could see that.
So we
Because even when there's like not a well-known run of
I love
Daredevil,
T'Challa.
it's usually well written.
Oh yeah,
Now, this thing here came out in 1976 for a fine,
Have
very
that
fine
and the
raw
Kirby.
copy. Somebody paid a little bit more this week. It's up $33. Somebody paid $67 for this. Yeah, I think you could probably wait for a little while, get a better copy, still for about $20, $30. They're out there. They're plentiful.
I think I got my whole, like a massive lot of them for less than $100.
There was a time that during the pandemic that somebody wanted like $700 for every issue, including the
They were
Killmonger.
high off that stipend money, off them
Yep.
That's
bonus
just a no.
checks.
That's a no-no. So number 4, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 135 is the 1974 third appearance
That's
of the
Gil
Punisher.
Kane, isn't it? I want to get
It
that.
is.
It's Gil Kane. I love that cover. I've always loved that cover.
The issue before has also seen a spike this last week or so because
I love Gil
Tarantula's on the cover, but also Punisher has a second appearance in the issue before this towards the last page. This thing came out in 1974 and it's up $44 for a fine, very fine copy. Somebody paid $177. Me, I only got this a few weeks ago for about maybe 80.
Yeah, I was like, I'll pay $60 for that. Like,
Yeah,
man,
that's probably about the most. Yeah.
So
I have
somebody
that one, but I don't have the first tarantula.
and the first Tarantula people
it's
are
like
paying a little
233
more.
or something.
It's the 134, the issue just before this.
130 Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I have all the
Spider-Man
surrounding
trailer?
books except for that. Matter of fact, when it became hot, I looked in my like, I'm missing that. What? It surprised me.
I was the same way. And then when I was having all those problems with my old comic shop, I just decided to say, hey, rather than trying to go through all their stuff where things are falling apart, I'm just going to get something I actually want. And that thing I wanted was this.
Meow.
Meow. So that's the number 4 book. What's the number 3 book? The number 3 book is Iron Man number 1.
Hey.
First
Got that one
self-titled
too.
Iron Man, where Whitney Frost, her identity is revealed. She was in Shade prior to this, back in the Tales to Astonish, Tales of Suspense. So she was in Shadow back then, but here they reveal her identity. She's the daughter of Count Nefarious. She'll later become Madame Mask in issue 17.
You know what's interesting about this one is it just starts off from Tales from Astonish. Like it doesn't read like a first issue.
Well, also because this started in 1968, along with Submariner. There was a one shot I still
continued
need
from that title. Yeah,
It's a continuation of the Submariner Iron Man number 1 special, which was
it's just a
1 month before
bridge
that.
over. It's kind of like, hey, here's 2 characters. If you like them, each of them are getting their own book next month.
Yep.
And I still
That's
need to get
actually a really that book that before that had those both is like a big book to me in my.
it's still like a $200 book in mid to lower grade, and I'm still looking for one, and I'll get one eventually. There's a lot of them out there, just like
What
this.
grade do you think yours is, Rob?
This one here, I know this one is a 4.0 because I went through it thoroughly. I think I got this from Barbarian Kung Fu too. I'm not entirely certain. I could be wrong.
That stuff, man. You just got to talk to the right people.
Yeah, and we know all the right people because we've just been doing this for so long. So you can trust Barbarian Kung Fu. We all can proffer that. But this came out in 1968. It's up $65 for a very good 4.0 raw copy. Oh, my Lord, you don't need to pay this much. There's a lot of them out there. $455 somebody paid on eBay this week.
Hey, Miss Kitty.
Yeah, meow. That's number 3 book. The number 2 book is something I just got from Jared Troutman. You know him as Water Tribe J over on Blue Sky, and he got me a deal. But the weird thing about this book is just wait till you find out how much it went up, because that means something really funky. Came out in 1963. It's the first time that Kid Flash Wally West has the yellow outfit because he's having a meltdown of a sort and can't control his powers and shoots and turns his costume yellow instead of, radiating him with cancer. So it's up $70. Somebody paid $84. So that means that somebody was able to get this a few weeks ago for $14.
That was way too little. That's an aberration.
I mean, I looked up that book, and that book that was $14, it was a decent copy, but the movie destroyed demand for this. So people that are looking for Flash, no better time than now to still continue to get it before they reintroduce them in a James Gunn movie. And the number one book is something that I revealed to you early on at the beginning of the show. He's in the banner. Sam Keith is the final issue of the Max. It's low print, around 22,000 that were printed, came out in 1998. Oh boy, near mint condition copy. It is up $104. This thing was already expensive before and it doubled. Somebody paid $200 for the direct copy, not the newsstand. This is direct. For
Is
a
this
direct
a final
copy.
issue?
It's the
Yeah.
final issue.
What is it, 36?
35. At the
35?
back of the issue, they're talking about issues 36 and 37. There's artwork and covers. Never came out.
Yeah, final issues and penultimates are really expensive.
Yeah. Well, again,
Especially
this
when
list.
something's not selling well, which the series really wasn't for a while. So you get low print runs for those
you
few
doing, Pat?
issues.
Yeah, it was initially written by William Messner Loebs, and then Sam Keith took it over. And you know how writers aren't necessarily always, or how artists aren't necessarily always writers. Well, we kind of get to the point here where he's just trying to reach for the next issue of things to talk about, and he just burned himself out. And a lot of artists, even today, are still doing that. People have been doing that since Tezuka Osama Tezuka, the guy that did Astro Boy. He burned himself out. Artists just do that these days. But again, this list is intended to help readers and collectors determine if they should look for a comic or series online or wait 6 weeks. If it's still up after 6 weeks, wait 6 months. After 6 months, if it's still up, you might as well just get it because it ain't coming down anytime soon. But that has been our episode of Not Near Mint tonight. And I just want to go around and see if there's anything anybody wants to promote on their channel or future videos coming up. Let's start with Lyle. Is there anything coming up on your channel you want to talk about?
I have a video coming out tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Pacific. I have another one coming out next Tuesday and next Thursday. And they're all from magazines from the 1800s, 1870 to 1943. The one tomorrow, the discussion is about 1943, deals with comic characters that have been forgotten. But the one that's coming out next week is from a magazine that I have from 1869, and it deals with movies and comic characters from the 30s and 40s.
Nice. And there's something that was just on FOC this past week. It's by Tony Millionaire. He's gotten all kinds of awards, but he's doing variant covers of all these different time periods, and it goes all the way back to like the 1700s. So I figured I should probably let you know about that book.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Activate. Is there anything you want to promote coming up on your channel or anything else?
No, I just wanted to tell Miracleman. Me and my co-host for Geek Brunch just finished the Black Kiss. Man, that is a freaking masterpiece.
Oh yeah,
Holy
incredible
mackerel.
story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just it reads bad like from issue to issue, but once you read the whole thing, it's a masterpiece.
You have to read it straight through. You cannot read it as a periodical. You have to read it as
you
a
have
as
to
a,
read
as a
it.
single
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
And I read it originally, Black Kiss 2, which was I missed all the magic because you have to read it all.
Oh right, yeah. If you read Black Kiss 2 before you read Black Kiss, that story's completely wasted on you.
Yeah,
Totally wasted on you. Yep. That book is crazy. They printed it as Vortex. They printed it as 12 issues. Then they did the Big Black Kiss, which was 3-issue compendiums, and then they did the Hard Black Kiss, which was a hardcover that was so rare, right? That if you were to look up that book today to see how much it's going for, you would probably cross your eyes with shock. And I found it in a shop in Binghamton, New York, for $3.
Wow.
Yeah.
You and Lady Fantastic.
What?
I don't know if you got the Image one, but it wasn't put together very well. The glue is all falling apart.
Yep.
And it wasn't just my book; it was my co-host's book too.
Yeah, I bought the omnibus, the hardcover omnibus.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, really? Yours came apart.
It came apart.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll be ginger with mine. Gingerly.
Moving along to Ben. Is there anything you want to promote coming up on your channel or anywhere else?
usual, follow me on Blue Sky, Top Shelf Friday. It was a little more of a somber Top Shelf this week because I did highlight Max #1 with Sam Keith's passing. I saw some hesitancy of people posting like the more, because usually I'm a more happy-go-lucky kind of attitude to the channel. So I want to just want to say thank you to everybody who did post. And we're like, Sam Keith, rest in peace. But here's my comic. Because I was like, I could feel that a little bit. But yeah, Blue Sky, follow me, and Top Shelf Friday is always a blast. I had a lot of fun today, and I hope to be on again on your channel next week. See some youngins.
Right on. We get the kids in here to influence them.
Babies.
Or they might already be influencers that have much greater follower counts than we do, where we go, can you give us some tips?
How do we do this thing?
Yeah. You're really good at the social media game. I'm an old. Lady, is there anything you want to promote coming up on your channel or anywhere else?
I don't really want to promote anything on my channel, but I just want to promote
peace, love, and happiness, and the friends we made along the way.
Benevolence among all humans. Even though it's not really realistic, just I don't believe in blowing each other up.
Just please not blow anybody up. That would be bad.
Except with your words.
Sounds good to me.
And even that, be safe.
And Miracleman, you got anything?
I believe in blowing people
away.
Wait, what?
That's different. I didn't say that.
Apparently, I was not paying close enough attention. No, I got nothing going on except Vincent. I heard you say how much you like Mike Grell. When I find it, when I disappeared there momentarily, I went to go look for a book, which was my Warlord #1 autographed by Mike Grell that I pulled for $2. So I'm going to find that and I'm going to show it to you next time I see you.
Hey, next week I have it literally framed on the wall above me, so I'd have to bring it down. I've got he's the one artist that I did a commission for.
That's fantastic.
And that Savage Empire. If anyone's a Mike Grell fan, I posted it every once in a while. I posted it on my channel, but you only beat that drum so many times. It is really cool. So I have it framed really nice, and I'd be more than happy to show it and do a little Mike Grell thing next time.
I'd love to see it.
I'd love to see it.
And,
I also
and my
have
battery's about to
commissions
die.
from-
So if I don't get to say goodbye to everybody, goodbye, everybody.
Well, with that, I want to thank everybody for watching. We're going to do this all again next week. And what is next week? Oh my God, it is April 1st. So try not to prank us or anybody else, because the last time I saw something about a prank, somebody killed the principal or a teacher or something. So let's not do anything.
Way to go, darn Rob.
I mean, my last name is worse. What are you expecting around here? So next week, we're going to be trying to get some people that are under 40, really even under 30, because we want to try. Because we want to bridge the gap between the youngins and the olds like us, because we want to see what they're collecting.
I'll bridge your gap.
I mean, you are a little younger.
I know.
You're young. You're young.
I could talk to some baby kids. I know some baby kids I could ask, like in their either late 20s, probably late 20s, but it's the grad student guy that was in apps that was asking about apps. I might see if he would want to come on sometime.
So I'm going to do a quick promotion if I can kind of get this up. I don't think I can, so it's fine. So on Discord, there's something called Planet Wonder, and it's what these folks, Pinoy has been doing over on TikTok. Cliff has been on his show, so I'm going to try and get him on, perhaps some others that I've been seeing on TikTok. And if you out there watching, if you're like 18, have to be over 18 to about 30, even 40, we want to talk and see what you all are collecting, what you're picking up, what you enjoy, what you look forward to. But I hope you looked forward to watching us next week and you enjoyed this week, and we will see y'all next week. So until then,
bye everybody.
Love you. And yeah, love you. Bye. Thanks. That's not how we do it. This is how we do it. Thanks for tuning in. If
you want to see this episode again, along with a catalog of back episodes and issues, surf on over to Not Near Mint on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications.